So this last year has been tough on pretty much all of us, to say the least, and the winter seemed like it took forever. So when spring finally came, even up here north, I wanted to make something light and airy and springy and beautiful. Hi, I'm Maria from So Third Time, and this week we're making a 1903 outfit for the cherry blossoms. A lot of us creative makers, whether we're historical costumers or players, we tend to be very event orientated makers. And since now there is finally events starting up, maybe in the summer, but not yet, I felt that I really needed something just for me, something for an event that wasn't a real event. I mean, it's an event because cherry blossoms happen, and it's an event when they happen, but, you know. So when I was thrifting and I found this most amazing bright pink cotton twill, I just knew it had to become something Edwardian. And so I started envisioning what I would want for a cherry blossom inspired gown from the Edwardian era. So I narrowed it down to the 1903 year about because I really like those big flowy sleeves and the shape of them where it's like kind of lopsided, that bishop sleeve shape. With this, I wanted to make it out of a lace, and I had this most amazing cotton lace that I had been hoarding in my stash for several years. Originally, I had planned to make a 1930s dress out of it, but I just never got around to it. So since the blouse already, or shirtwaist, or blouse waist, since it was already a little bit more of a sexy garment, I kind of wanted to pair it with a skirt that would also be a bit more of a sexy shape, really showing off those curves. Previously, the skirts that I've made have been a circle skirt, so more of the long flowy type instead of form-fitting. And I found on Marquise DE a free pattern for a skirt from 1901 called the Victoria skirt that was the perfect trumpet shape. So I used that. Now the way these patterns work is that the measurements are given in centimeters, and you just, according to the diagram, you just draw those dots and then connect the dots into a pattern. This particular pattern ends up being about 66 centimeters or thereabouts. So since I'm corseted 25 inches, it's close enough that I just went with the pattern as is and then just made the changes that I needed on my body. The bottom hem is stiffened with a cotton organdy. The skirt has a separate lining skirt that is attached to the same waistband, and it is made out of a lightweight cotton. So I had to redo this seam because apparently the skirt dips down in the back instead of up like usually. A strip of velveteen is attached to the skirt hem. The lining skirt is hemmed by machine, easing the fabric with little tucks. According to the dressmaking manual, How to Cut, Fit, and Finish a Dress from 1892, the pocket should be faced on the inside with the fashion fabric. But I'm making my entire pocket out of the fashion fabric because it's a lightweight cotton twill. It's going to be sturdy enough and it's easier that way. But I'm still going to face it with this fashion fabric. I'm pinning it onto the outside of the pocket. And then I'm going to sew up this seam with machine. And then flip it to the inside. And then, according to the manual, you should French seam your pocket so that the French seam and the seaming is on the outside of the pocket. So that's what we're going to do. Lastly, the lining skirt and the actual skirt are sewn onto the waistband. For the shirtwaist, I used a lining pattern as my guide and just winged it from there. The sleeves are from a pattern from Francis Grimble's book, The Voice of Fashion, the November 1903 afternoon gown. The sleeve cuff and collar are lined with a cotton organdy, otherwise the shirtwaist is left unlined. I sewed the shoulder seam with bias binding to prevent it from stretching. hand sewed the sleeve onto the cuff because it was too small to go under my machine. For the closure, I used some antique metal buttons that I had in my stash, and I hand sewed the buttonholes, but I have no footage of this step because I did it on a picnic. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up, and please remember to subscribe for more historical sewing content in the future. See you again next time. Bye!